Well, obviously now that spring's kicking into gear, you must be starting to plan things. You got much in the pipeline for this year?
That's a bit off the cuff, Joe. I wasn't expecting that. It's like a punch in the mouth. I'm sitting here in the sun, like getting a bit sleepy, and now it's like, what are you doing it? No, I mean, we're very fortunate. We finished our house. House is now, you know, we're living in the house. It's all decorated and furnitured, and it's lovely. I'm adjusting to living in a fucking massive new house, like after living in a tiny little place. I've still got lots of work to do at home. But, you know, I've spent a massive amount of money. Everything since COVID just costs so much money in the building game, you know, and I paid for everything. So it's, yeah, I've spent a lot of money and a lot of time, so I'm sort of out of funds now. I really do need to try and get some more money. But as an angler, there's very few ways of making any more money apart from doing stuff like this, and I absolutely hate it. So I don't know. Yeah, of course I've got fishing plans. You know, I work for Sticky Baits. We've got some great boys there, and like they're keen to film stuff. I think, you know, all the time that the big carp scene was rocking in the UK, and I was spending as much time delved into that as I was delved into European fishing. I've spent an awful lot of time fishing on the continent, and all of a sudden it seems as carp fishing's boomed massively since COVID, and there's so many more people everywhere on every lake. Like a lot of the people that, not even old hands, you know, like the people like me and you that have fished their whole life, like, but lots of the younger anglers that still have been fishing probably 10, 15 years now, maybe 20 years. They've all got to that point where they're like, I want to go and do something quiet and a bit of an explore. And like I've said, it's a rite of passage. Like all young men should get in a car with a few quid and just go fishing in France, you know, just drive about and explore and get a bit of adventure and a bit of freedom. Freedom's getting really hard to come by in the UK, isn't it? Every lake you go to, you can't do this, you can't cast there, you can't fucking use this, can't have that line. You've got like you know, in life as well. Look, I mean, look at the country as a whole. Everybody's feeling it at the moment. Everyone just is feeling this pressure. It's all around us, and it's all around you, even in fishing now. So I don't blame more and more people for wanting to do what I've been doing for the last, well, for 87 I started going fishing abroad.
It's quite a nice feeling sometimes, but feeling out of your depth, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, well,
some
mate,
of them big lakes.
you know, I always said if I wrote a book, I was going to call it A Wing and a Prayer, because of all the years that we drove around Europe with no credit card, with no breakdown cover, and usually in crappy old motors and with little more than a couple of £100 in your pocket. Did it for years, and in the lap of the gods, like literally in the lap of the carp gods.
I always remember the one about you running out of fuel or something.
Yeah, me and Danny Smith running out of fuel. That was a mega story. I've said it. It's a good story. I expect people have heard that one. But yeah, a million experiences like that. We had another one when there was a fuel strike, and we didn't speak French. We're just driving around in the Moselle Valley over in the northeast of France, exploring and fishing on the river and the canal and anything that God, looks good here. We'll have a night here. That's the magic of it, you know. Whether you stand or fall on a week's fishing, like you've only got a week to tackle venues that really, if they were in this country, you'd want a couple of seasons at. But you go there with a week. That can be powerful for young blokes. Like you go to places like that and catch a few, you think you can do anything, and that is important. Again, it goes back to the whole, you know, angling being a journey. It's a long old road. It honestly is. If I look back and think, would I still be fishing when I'm 50? Like, not only still fishing, but still like a lunatic running around Europe and trying to find searching like Indiana Jones. Like, no, it was Peter Pan for many years. I'm too old to be Peter Pan now. Now it's more Indiana Jones, isn't it? Searching for the Holy Grail, still, with obstacles and people trying to stop you at every turn. It just gets more and more like a film like that in my life. But yeah, it's getting harder, mate, and I still have lots of plans. I intend to, I mean, let's be honest, like the whole UK big carp campaign film type thing has been rinsed. Like all the big carp anglers have done their campaign films.
You watch quite a bit of YouTube stuff, don't you?
I've started, because of the state of the world at the minute, and that I'm seeing so much negative on all the social media platforms, I'm stepping away. I told you I bought myself a Nokia phone the other day with no internet on it. And it's another thing that I think is the cause for fishing going so wrong so quick. It's like, everyone's looking at Instagram constantly of big carp. They want to be part of that. And they're prepared to do almost anything to get it. And it seems to have been that's a bit odd, isn't it? But that's just where we're at. That is the modern world. I walked around a day ticket lake with a dog not long ago, and there was 4 or 5 kids had GoPros set up in their swim. Now I make fishing videos. Well, I don't make fishing videos. I go fishing and they make fishing videos about me or what I'm doing or whatever. And no different to back in the magazine days where everybody read articles. They were, their fishing evolved by what the impression that what the stuff at the time had on them, yeah. So you read Terry Earn, like everybody's got Neville's and everyone's fucking like trying to outwit these carp and like fishing in a certain style. Brilliant, positive, all positive, no negative in any of that. It was just fishing. Yeah, I just...
How do you feel about all the underwater stuff? Do you watch much of that?
Yeah, I mean, underwater again, like if you've got no knowledge about carp fishing and it's a bit like drones and that, like it's an aspect that you never get to see. And as a child, I used to lay there by the lake, and all I could think about as a kid was, imagine if you could fly. I could fly out above the lake and see where the carp were. Imagine if you could fly. I used to think it over and over again because I couldn't do it. But you dream and wish that you could. But, you have to be careful what you wish for, because nowadays you can do it. And it'll ruin you and it'll ruin everyone else. So, like, just be a bit careful. I've already been down this talk. I ain't doing it again. But, like, yeah, mate, difficult.
We're going to see a Nick Helleur underwater video?
No, I've been asked to do underwater a few times.
What are your thoughts on it? Like
I think no good comes of it. There's no good that can come of it. Like it's flawed. If you're trying to introduce a camera into a spot that any big old carp worth their salt have been living around their whole life. You put a camera there, it changes everything instantly. And then you keep feeding them in front of the camera to try and make them come there to fit. Like, come on. Like, it's flawed from the word go. It's contrived. Like most modern angling fucking shit that you see on YouTube and that is contrived. They've shown you this, but really they've done that. You're not privy to it. But I'm in the trade, I'm privy to all of it. I hear all of it. So I hear how bad it's got, and that's another thing. If you're oblivious to it, like exactly the same as what's going on in the world right now, if you're oblivious to it, it don't affect you, does it? When you're privy to it and you hear every day, they were fucking bait boating them under a drone and doing this and dropping them by drone and droning that lake and then going around there and catching them in the close season. Like, none of it's good. There's no positive. There's none of it is good. It's all bad on every fucking level. So yeah, no, underwater is just another type of bad to me. It's a way to over-commercialise something to sell more product. Because like when the carp picks up a bait and gets hooked, you can interpret that however you fucking like, can't you? Oh, it was because of the good wafted spinner rig fucking thingy, or another carp just came in beside it, happened to turn away at the same moment and hook itself, like whatever. There's a million interpretations of what you see on underwater cameras, most of them wrong. And all you've got to be wary of as a carp angler watching it, of course we're all interested. I watched the first ones, but like I worked out very quickly that you were just making it hard for yourself. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're a fucking fool. Like little balanced baits with fish that displace so like battleships. Like as they come in, the rig just moves away from them, almost like they've got a force field. Like, come on, learn. All you need to learn is that all we learnt from underwater films was if there was red boilies there, you could see the eyes looking for them, and that's all you ever needed to put out. That's all you ever need to put out. If everybody fished the same, we'd all catch loads. Carp fishing has always got more and more difficult and more based on trying to sell you stuff just because of appearances on stuff like underwater cameras. It ain't right. It don't work like that. If you get like, yeah, oh Nick, can you do us an underwater? We'll pay you £1,000. Come and sit there for 2 or 3 days. Now I could do £1,000 at the minute, but I'm not prepared to throw away. No good comes of it. It never leaves you looking good as an angler. And it doesn't matter who it is. Someday, you know, most of them are going to do it on lakes that have got massive heads, stocks of carp. It's all contrived anyway. The situation's manufactured. Like, like, come on. No, I wouldn't do it underwater, mate, no.
And on a more positive note, what have you enjoyed on YouTube?
Oh, mate. Yeah, most of the stuff I've really enjoyed you would never have seen. Like, my passion is the European rivers. It was in the beginning, and then I went off into doing all the big barrages and just to experience everything, because that sort of fishing is about experience.
Adventures.
You know, we went to the River Seine, like fucking green as grass, you know what I mean? Like, woefully underkitted out, like tackle you would just laugh at now, you know.
When was that?
And, oh, fucking hell, in the 90s, early 90s. There were big fish around there then as well. And it was a big, powerful, flowing monster, and like we had no idea how to tackle it. Like, we were noddies. We were fishing a night, baiting, and then going somewhere else, fishing a night, baiting, fishing a night, baiting. After a couple of years, we started to get ahead of ourselves and bait 2 or 3 spots, and then spend a night in each one through the week, because you only ever had a week, didn't you? A big trip was like 10 days. So a week in France, not enough time to wipe your ass, is it? But yeah, you know, do you know what made it so magical and so enjoyable was that journey? Like, from knowing nothing and just going because we were, fucking hell, just wanted to experience everything. Not because we were super cool carp anglers, we just wanted to go. We've been massively inspired by a few pictures at that point from the Belgians that went there before I ever went there in the 80s, of these magnificent old fucking Royale mirrors, like just belters, you know what I mean? There's still a few left. I'm hoping to go and track down a few this year, like, but they're very few and far between these days. But because of the joy on those trips that we had, every night a new vista, stand and fall on your own decisions. Sometimes you caught some, most of the time you didn't. You were just thankful most weeks that you hadn't been nicked by the Garde de Pêche. A lot of what we did, we lost, because we weren't up to fucking the game in the tackle, mainly because the tackle weren't there for us to get at that time. Everyone was still using soft rods and 12-pound line and small reels, and exactly know the difference who you were fishing in England, really. It was only through the 2000s the tackle, or sort of the late 90s, the tackle really started to change on the continent. People started fishing more and more aggressively with bigger and heavier kit and stronger braid and that, which is the norm now, but it weren't then. We went out there with, like the early blokes at K-Scene, 12-pound seal cast and 2-ounce leads, like proper noddies, you know. Looking back now, if I see something, I'll be like, don't even bother casting out, mate, because you'll lose them, you know. But then we didn't know. And like I've always said, part of the joy was finding out.
Well, it's nice to see that, you know, like after all these years, you've still got a massive buzz for your fishing. And we were talking about, you know, you're one of the very few people who know Terry very well, aren't you? You know what I mean? He hasn't got many close friends, and you said it's the same with him. You know, he's just so passionate about it still. And
he's passionate about lots of things. Terry is different to me. I've always been about, like you, about experience. Wanted to experience everything. The ravings, the drugs, the travelling, the visiting here, the different lakes, the big blue ones, the deep down dark ones, the fucking massive ones. Like, just wanted to do it all. Like, we are just of that generation. You're at the back end of it, but you're still the same as me. And Tail's no different, but he's not the same. He's not different, but he's not the same. He's a hunter. So everything he does is a hunt. His dad is a countryman. They are just from a different mould from me. Certainly me and you anyway. But he is still as passionate. His passion will just go into different things as he gets older, because the fishing that we like to do is harder and harder and harder to come by. We film because our sort of role now, the magazines have died away, is that you make fishing films. But fishing films are dying away. Like, the whole big carp campaign thing is done. How many times can you go over the same up, down, oh, I've lost it, oh no, and at the end, I've got it, I'm a hero, big carp, fucking da-da-da-da, and like, it's been done to death. And the only thing that hasn't been done to death, and it's the only thing that seems to be particularly relevant, is the European stuff now. There's so many people that are super interested in it because they haven't done that to death.
Yeah, they're definitely, even if they don't actually end up doing it,
Yeah, oh mate, the messages.
Some people,
honestly,
that's the closest they're going to
like,
get to doing it, and they.
I don't. Social media's been the root of all evil. I've realised that. I've seen it in my daughter, who's just like a zombie. You know, and I'm trying constantly put the fucking phone down. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, she is just. It's gone beyond hope for the kids. Like, they are just absorbed into it. You can't. They've got no attention span. Like, I had no attention span. I'm like a butterfly around, you know, like a moth around a bright light. And I've been like that my whole life with fishing and everything else I've done. Like, I'm attracted to everything, and I want to go and do and see, and I can't focus on one thing long enough to do it. It's justice, you know, especially in fishing. But abroad, it doesn't matter, because every day's a new vista. Day on the river, day on the canal, a night on a big lake you drove past a couple of days ago. Like years and years have come home. Like, a good trip was a fish. Like, people can't seem to rationalise that now. Like, you know. Yeah, I think everybody should. I'll probably be filming more of that, mate. More of my own vlog stuff, because I haven't got a tow around people with me that just, it's like having an anchor. It doesn't matter how good the person you're with is filming, like, it's like having an anchor. Like, when you want to be free, feel free. I've spent 40 years driving around Europe feeling free, with a fucking great smile on my face. So going to film in Europe is not free, it's work. And that's much more difficult for me. But when I do it in a vlog style, I just take a camera and go and film a little bit of this and a little bit of that, which I'm quite happy to do. I'm no expert, but it comes across as like you can see what the gist is. I'm quite happy to do that, mate. But other than that, yeah, with Sticky and the people that produce the real big, lovely, glossy films that make, I call it turd polishing, that make me look amazing when it's just fucking Nick. Like, you know, I think, yeah, they'll probably be in Europe. There's nothing in the European, on the English horizon that's got even the slightest draw for me.
I think like maybe essentially what makes it, you know, appealing for people to watch is it's so different to what people are used to, or so outside their comfort zones.
Yeah, you know, and that's again, every time you hit the nail on the head, and that's angling. That's what it does if you allow it to. It pushes you outside your zone. It pushes you into... I used to sleep outside on the south part of Paris, mate, on my own, shitting myself every night, heroin addicts everywhere, like, just possessed because of those old River Seine carp, and being... It always felt like you're in... I've said it before, like you're in an old black and white war film where you're the Englishman in Germany and you've escaped and you've got to get home, you know? It always felt like that, always. And that was part of the excitement. It was always had that little thing at the back of your head, like that buzz that you just don't get in England, because, you know, you pay your ticket, you're allowed to be there. Not that I'm saying I'm going to France because I'm not allowed to be there or to break rules or anything. I just want to have a little bit of freedom and a little bit of adventure, and go where I want to go, when I want to go, stay there for as long as I want to stay there for, and then go and do something else when I get bored. Like that. And I think everybody, and from the messages I get, like, so many people want to do it, have no idea where to start, are like totally overwhelmed by the thought of it, and they end up like, you know, good anglers. Oh, Nick, I fished at so-and-so for fucking this, and there's some pictures of the fish I caught. Big uns, like, obviously experienced that. Want to go to France, don't know where to start, don't know what to do, don't even know how to get a licence, worried about getting caught, can I take my dog? You know, how far do I need to drive? Like, they might not have the spirit of adventure like I've got it, and I'm just prepared to do it whether I know about it or not, but they still have that yearning to do it. They just haven't got it in them to do it themselves, and not everybody's the same, which is fine. Some people are fucking super adventurous. So, you know, in the army, there's always one bloke that ends up being the leader because he's fucking got it enough together to get everybody else together. And fishing, like, I've just... It's when you've been doing something 40 years, it's real easy, isn't it, to sit here and go, yeah, blah, and you do this and you want to do that, and listen to me when I tell you and all that. It just sound like your dad. But the truth is, like, it will all come to fruition if you carry on that road. Like, just go and experiment and experience. Like, it's different now since COVID. Like, the world has seemed to, a lot of regulations and bureaucracy and a lot of the bullshit has laxed. Like, if you get caught in France now night fishing, you're just as likely to get moved on as you are being nicked. Like, no, who can be bothered anymore? Like, the bloke's just fishing. Like, unless you're leaving shit everywhere and having fires where you shouldn't, and being a general arsehole by just not playing the game, you can have a lovely time in Europe. Like if you sit there with 3 or 4 of you with bivvies and fucking beer and white t-shirts and football flags and that, you ain't going to last one night. Like you just got to play the game. I've always played the game. I can't help it. It's in me. Here last night, I thought I won't put a brolly up till after dark just so no one sees us here, you know. And like it's completely unfounded, but it's just a way of thinking. The more you think like that as you go through fishing abroad, all I wanted to do is be left alone. Try and find some carp fishing that takes you back to when you were a kid, where it's super exciting, great big uns and fucking quiet banks and like your own little bit of something. Like you feel like you found it, even though it might be well known to the French. You feel like it's yours. I keep going back to freedom, mate. But carp angling, like I said before in that previous bit, has taught me many things, many things. And freedom is almost the first thing at anybody time, it's always freedom. To have that fucking ability to get in a car, your own car, and drive under the tunnel or on the ferry across, we're islanders, remember, across to another continent, so you're already that high up the adventure ladder than the blokes from Holland who are just driving into France for a weekend after work. Like, they don't feel the adventure the same as we do. Like, that's why it's so powerful in some, not all English anglers, but some English anglers, I think.
I think like where we've spoilt ourselves with a level of freedom over the years that, you know, a lot of people will never even allow themselves. You almost need it, don't you? Like you get used to it, and then, you know, it's like, something that you've got to have.
You've got to have it. I think it's essential, and especially to young blokes. Like I told you, I watch a lot of stuff. I've been watching some young lads. It's called if you want adventure and you want to, hopefully it'll make you feel how it makes me feel watching it. Like I was welling up a bit, you know, I was thinking, fucking hell, my life's passed me by. Like you do when you get to why didn't I do this? Well, the truth is I did exactly what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it and where I wanted to do it. I didn't and couldn't do everything, but I've been watching these boys called OYZ. They're young lads. They've got a couple of old sailing boats and they're going to sail around the world. And they started from England and they sailed across the Channel and up the River Seine. So of course I'm watching it anyway because I've fished so many years on the River Seine. And then they've gone about as far as Rouen, then got onto the canals, gone down through all of the canals, all the way through France to the River Saône. Then they've got on the big river, gone down the Saône to the Rhône, down the Rhône to the Med.
Wow.
And they're only young kids, and I fucking loved it. I'm not into sailing. I am into rivers, obviously, but I've watched every episode, and like I've really enjoyed it. They're young. They fucking, when they pull up of a night, they go skateboarding, or they go to the bar and have a beer, or they go swimming in the river, and that. Like, it's innocent, it's pure, and I've really, really enjoyed that. Like, really enjoyed it. It's none of them are fishermen, no mention of fishing or anything like that, but like just that young man fucking saying, we're doing that, like, you know, like we did, just a different version, like generations apart, but it's exactly the same vibe, exactly the same buzz, and again, positive. Like, in the world, it seems to be sucking us into a mire of fucking being anxious at every day and worried about everything. Like, stuff like that's good for the soul, mate. Freedom is good for the soul. And the world's changing at such a rate, I recommend you get out and do as much of it as you can while you can.
Exactly, yeah. It's something I always try and get across to people, you know. If you're in a position that you can and you haven't got ties,
do it, mate.
Just do it,
do it.
You know.
Honestly, do it. I mean, you know, I'm moving away. I'm even at my age, I'm going to a whole different life. Like, no carp fishing. Like, I'm going to learn to be a sea angler and a farmer, grow some pigs, grow some tobacco because I can, mad shit like that, make some gin.
On the other side of the planet.
Yeah, on the other side of the planet. Like, and am I scared to leave everything that I've always known? Fucking right I am. I'm fucking well scared. But I've also fiercely adventurous because of the life I've led. Like you. You ain't just going to give up. Well, where's Nick? Oh, he lives in a flat in Watford. Like, no. I'm walking away from everything I've known and loved. Everything. For a change, for a fresh start. Hopefully a better life for us and our kids. Yeah. So, like, yeah, you've got to do it. If you can do it, grab it with both hands. Have I got any regrets? Yeah, I've got fucking loads of regrets. I didn't go to America and fish all across America. I thought about it night and day for fucking years. Planned it. You know, I fished across North America a bit, fished a lot of Ontario and Quebec in Canada, did a couple of massive trips in the early 90s, a long time ago, and always wanted to go back and fish across America because the fishing's just how you would imagine it to be. Oh, that was a carp. Blub, 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 blub. Fucking hell, got one. Like, it's literally pure, innocent, unspoiled, unsullied. No other people to ruin it or to encroach on you or to try and take away your freedom. So I do miss that, and I will always regret that. And we were due to do it, funny enough, at Sticky. We had a big American trip planned. I was going to go out for a month and prep it all up, find some fish, and then everyone else was going to come out, and we were going to get a big houseboat, and like it would have been amazing. And then COVID came and destroyed all of it, which is a bugger. But you know, again, you can't cry over spilt milk. Like, you can't do everything in life, but you've got to try and do as much as you can.